Hello, beautiful women. Welcome to the Sovereignty Meditation, the monthly Sovereignty Meditation and Sacred Remembering. Welcome, whether you are watching now or during the replay. I hope this finds you well. I have a little bit of like lawn maintenance noise going on outside, but life happens, and so hopefully it's not a distraction to you or I. So today I wanted to start, as we do with these sovereignty meditations, with like a little bit of talking and education, which I realized that I wanted to do when a community member brought the question forward recently. Well, is what we do in the 12D, which is such a rich question. And I want to make my response brief so that we do have time for the meditation. But I want to talk about some concepts today, like 12D, like unified field, sovereignty, these words that we hear, but it's really important to foster our relationships with these concepts and what it is that we are doing here. So here we go with that. So what I said was, yes and no. Like everything we're doing here is within the intention of the 12D or the unified field, even though you may not always hear me say those words, because here we're always talking about our truth and our deepest truth. Sacred remembering is women waking up to the full truth of who we are and standing in that truth. Well, who we are is a unified being. Who we are is a source-connected, unified being. And there's actually some geometry, some architecture to that has to do with these words like 12D and unified field. And so let's hang out there. So when I say yes and no, like, is this happening in the 12D? Well, the 12D and beyond is essentially God. Okay, the 12D and beyond is essentially like unity. And so, of course, all of the dimensions of reality are coexisting at any time. And we can, like as humans living in 3D bodies, and we're experimenting with, can we hold 4D spiritual frequencies most of the time in our lives? And this is what we mean by ascending. It's like, we don't leave the physical body, but can we bring these higher energetics and higher, streams of consciousness, but ways of being? Can we bring them into the physical body, in the here and now? Like this, some will say ascension, right? Like can we do it in our bodies? And so, as a human being who's still walking around on two legs, who has learned a lot but still has some imperfect tendencies, I can intend to align what I do with the unified field, with the 12D, with God consciousness. And I say Mother, Father, God, because this is unity consciousness. This is what unity is, right? The feminine and the masculine on all levels of this interdimensionality, of this consciousness. And so I can intend that what I do spiritually or in my sacred work or in my sacred life, because it's all one, I can intend that happen in the unified field, which kind of in human terms would mean that I'm intending to set the space. And then what I know about that, friends, is that when we intend that to that level, life organizes to that level. This is very important. This is why we say in sacred remembering all the time, like, I intend to connect to my source connection. I intend to live in the full truth of who I am. I intend for Mother, Father, God to hold this space. I intend to connect down into my earth connection in sovereignty. This is what we're talking about. This is what we are meaning, is that we want it to be held in God consciousness so that everything that we do as humans can be rearranged, or let's say reorganized continually, so that we are on a path of living in these higher dimensionality frequencies more and more all the time. Okay, so we set the intentions in the unified field, in the, you could say 12D. I don't get really hung up on that. You will hear me say, you know, Mother, Father, God, the Christos, Sophia, the all that is. I will call in the 12th dimensional guardians of love and unity and light. And when I am saying those things, I am establishing those things in the sovereignty space, because really anything, you know, 11th dimension and lower is going to have, what's the word, like compromise in it, or it's of a fallen architecture, or there could be mishaps. Like, I'm human, you know, humans have mishaps all the time. Like, we are not pure God consciousness all the time. And so, but that's the world that we're living in. Like, that's kind of the game, you know, is to come to earth and to remember the possibility of getting closer to the unified consciousness and the unified expression of God embodied. So let's talk about the light body for a moment, okay? The light body would be your energy architecture. And we have an energy architecture, the planet has an energy architecture, and then all of the energy around the planet has an energy architecture. And this energy architecture is built in like a base 12 energetic. So you'll hear me talk about the 12 tree grid. And this is a bigger topic, but you know, if we're talking about the unified field of energy, then we're talking about this organized field of energy. So let's be clear about this, because there's so much energy work on the planet that's fallen. It's essentially like dusting off, you know, like a shelf in a room that is in the middle of a dust storm with open windows. It's like, you know, if we're just doing energy work without really intending to be in the unified field, or organizing the energy, or allowing the energy to organize in the unified field, then we're just moving stuff around, and that can cause more harm than good a lot of the time, or just be ineffective. It's like why people have to just kind of heal forever, is that there's no real resolution when you're not doing your energy work, or your prayer work, or your healing work, your human work, your sacred work of being alive on the planet at this time. When you're not doing it in the unified field of consciousness, then it's like harder for longer. And I didn't realize this for a long time. And so everything has this energy architecture. And the very, very cool thing about being human on this planet at this time is that as we grow and evolve in our consciousness and evolve in our light body, so does the earth, and so does this planetary energy architecture. We're all doing it in tandem. And if you want to learn more about that, that's what Heartland is about, starting in September, where we actually heal in tandem with the earth. And so there's a lot more support, which is what today's energy transmission and meditation is going to be about. There's a lot more support than we realize, because we think like, well, we're a human on two legs, we have 7 chakras, you know, we want God to come into the body, but a lot of the time we just suffer. And really, it doesn't have to be that way, because there's this massive network of the unified field energetics that is absolutely here to like support us, but we support it at the same time. It's like we're bringing back this 12th dimensionality of creation, of God consciousness, of pure creation energy, and we're bringing it back together. Okay, like we're bringing it back in tandem. We heal as the earth heals, and vice versa. So when we say unified field, We're talking about that potentiality of pure creation consciousness, we could say unity consciousness, but we're also talking about an actual energy architecture, okay, on all those levels. So let me just look at my notes super quickly. Yeah, we're partners. We're partners with the planet. We're partners with one another. We're partners with everything that's going on in the cosmic consciousness. And this is what really like unity consciousness or oneness conceptually means, is that we do all need each other. But if we are kind of on this path of sacred remembering, of standing in the truth of who we are, of lighting up that grid of our own life, of connecting into source energy, if we are doing that, I don't think that we need the whole planet to do that. You know, I think that there's like a critical mass sort of point to that. So here we are in a sovereignty meditation. And so I wanted to say all of that to say that, you know, when I'm talking about sovereignty, I'm talking about the sovereignty of that energetic grid system. I am talking about the sovereignty of your energy inside of that creational template. We could say your energetic blueprint, your soul's blueprint, you know, the 12 tree grid. And again, I cannot stress the importance of saying the intentions, because like for many, many years, I would say, like I said, I work for the priestess Sophia. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know that's why I'm here, because that's the part of the sacred remembering, like the direct remembrance that I had at that time, right? And then I was like, okay, all I know is that I need to intend to connect to my source consciousness, my source connection, and that I want everything to organize in that space. I knew that's what sovereignty was. And at that point, that's what I knew. And that was good enough at the time. Then I had this whole awakening about the earth and the earth grids that led to Heartland and the regenerative potential that comes from connecting in with these grids and earth energies. And then it was like, well, wow, you know, that's what I knew at that point on my sacred remembering path, right? And so the intention along the way will help to fortify your energy body on and on and on. And then what we're doing is we're bringing in more of that light intelligence, you could say 12th dimensional intelligence, and the earth intelligence, and there are some various frequencies, right, that would exist in you know, a very unified, very blissful place. So as we bring in more, which we're doing through these intentions that we're setting very clearly with what we know at the time, then we're going to continue to build the light body architecture in ourselves and in the planet. And that is what we are doing at this time. So what we are going to do next is go into a meditation. I'm not exactly sure what this is going to look like, because I do think it is going to be a bit of an energy transmission as well. That's what I was getting before we were tuning in here. And so let's just begin by closing our eyes and attuning to your central channel of your body. We do this a lot in sacred remembering. Remember that you have access to all of the recordings of all of these meditations and live calls in the group. You can go back through them, and they've all been built in this consciousness, even if you didn't know it, even if I didn't say it. And so you can go into the Sacred Remembering Library and look there. So connecting into this verticality that your body is. This is why I don't meditate laying down. This is why I don't let my clients lay down when we're in session. It's like sit up and be the central channel between, you know, your heart and source, and your heart and the heart of this superior, amazing planet, like just incredible planet. This Earth planet is filled with so much magic and so much goodness for us, and actually has so many replenishing energetics that we've barely begun to tap into and really be in reciprocity with. So we want to sit up for this. We want to be active in our relationship with these things, right? It's not passive. It's not like lay down and fix me while I meditate. I mean, sometimes that's nice, but also we need, part of sovereignty is claiming it, claiming the intention, saying it, right? And so we need to do that. So noticing your feet on the floor, your body on the chair or the seat. Notice what's making contact with these earth elements. And then going ahead and dropping your consciousness and your energy down and into the earth, about 1.5 feet into the earth, and connecting there. Ooh. Breathing in and out with that earth connection. This earth star connection that's really the just beginning of the earth connection potential for you. So breathing in and out and feeling that stabilization in the nervous system. There is going to be some transmission of energy today through this, so you can decide right now in your own sovereignty what you want to receive, or if you just want to be, strictly in your own energy and experience. Decide that. Let your soul decide that. Good. Okay. Okay. And so imagine now that you have these, someone recently in a session saw them, I saw it as like a hoop skirt. So you might see it as a hoop skirt. Sometimes I just see it as 4 directional sort of like grounding cords that come out from the hips and the sacral area and the body. And they go down like tent stakes. So they kind of pull out at a 45-degree angle and kind of anchor into the ground. These are very, very powerful energy helpers to both ground you, but also allow for stabilization in this earth energy. So feel what happens for you as you utilize and like set the intention for these 4 grounding cords from this really powerful area of the body, right? So there's a lot there. And again, we work more with that in Heartland. We work with the positive connection into the positive earth spaces. Okay. Oh, okay. So coming back with your attention to your central channel in your body, the verticality, the up and down nature of your body, connecting your feet to the earth and your head to the sky or to the heavens, right? So open up your heart now energetically, spaciously. You can kind of move your shoulders back so your heart opens up, move your chin back. Just expose your heart with this intention of connecting into source energetics. So you can imagine like a really warm, sunny day, and you kind of tilt your face up and you feel and experience this warmth. And we're calling in the source connection for every sovereign soul who's listening now or anytime in the future. So just intend to connect into your source connection and to really receive source energy down and through your central channel, into your body, into your soma, literally allowing this source warmth into your cells of your body. Welcoming it into that heart space. Down the shoulders, down the back, down the arms. Down the back body, the butt, the back of the legs, and then down the front body as well, down the legs, into the feet, into the earth. stabilizing that, breathing with that. I'll say one thing here just for the mind to grok conceptually. You know, I've talked a lot about this. I just made an ebook about this on my website, that if we are trying to boundary ourselves with the nervous system, it's ineffective. And it's so beautiful that we want to protect our resources, but what we need to do is build the light body architecture, right? That's the essence of what we need to do. Like bringing in this source consciousness and bringing in these earth frequencies that we'll work with next. We're really creating a robustness in our, yes, our light body architecture, but down to the level of the cells and throughout the body, right? Because this is that like integration of that interdimensionality that we were talking about. So we're bringing this, when we're working with the light, we're working with this Christos, we're working with this, really you could imagine it as a holy masculine, energetic, if you want to, if that's at all triggering for you, you can let it go. But it's like this source energy is like this, you know, gorgeous light, gorgeous healing light. So again, welcoming that to wash down through the crown, through the heart. Just really fortifying you today. And there's an invitation for you to set an intention, you know, a sovereign intention for yourself about desiring this energy to, I'll say, permeate on all levels of self and dimensionality. Like this energy is willing to do that, and then when you intend it, so it is. So welcoming this energy into all layers and aspects of my interdimensional being, of my physical body, my emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, my holographic field, my personal grid set and system throughout time, dimension, reality, lifetimes. Right? We get to say those things. We get to claim that kind of sovereign space for ourselves. So breathing that in. And this is where the dust really clears, right? Because the more we bring in that light and fill the space with that light, then the less the dust, the dark, the miasma, the less that can take up space. Okay? So let's take a few centering breaths into the body before we begin again. Tuning into those 4 grounding cords that we place and seeing if anything just wants to naturally fall away now. The thing about setting this kind of space, my loves, is that there are certain things that just will not be able to exist here anymore. So it's one of the best things you can do for yourself to set these intentions in this unified space with these 12th dimensional guardians, with Mother, Father, God as your ultimate, guiding intelligence, if you will, the unity, the oneness, the all that is. Right? And allow things to organize from there. So we're going to work before we conclude with some earth frequencies. Just tuning in here. Okay, so placing your feet on the ground in your imagination, I want you to imagine that you are standing like in this lush forest soil, and there is this aeration to it, meaning like it has space between the particles and might feel moist, and your feet begin to just like sink down and in like they do when we're standing beside the ocean. Funny story quickly. Yesterday I was typing with some friends about the water energy and the earth energy mixing together, and this being this replenishment of the feminine, and I look over and my dog was like, we were in a dog park, and she had found, I knew she was digging in a hole, but she had like hit water because the rainwater runs through and gets stuck in this space, and I didn't know that. And so as I was typing about like women and land and replenishment and water, my dog struck water while digging inland. It was hilarious. So all of creation is conspiring with us for sure. So, all right, tuning in, and let's do that. Let's kind of tune into that mixture of water and earth particle. And so your feet being down in this soil, allow there to be this like holy earth water that begins to gently run through these soil particles. And you can sense that there are these beautiful crystalline rivers of water down below your feet, running over the rock, within the earth. And notice how you feel as you realize the presence of these inner earth crystalline waters and your closeness to them, your proximity to them. Clearing a little human density there from the collective as we begin to tune into these gorgeous frequencies that are here and available to us. There are things lifting off, such as, am I worthy of this? Am I really imagining this? Sometimes we like shrink and contract to what we're used to. So there's an invitation to take a breath and expand and really feel the beauty and the gift and the crystalline energy of these rivers. And there's a cleansing element to this water that's also actually affecting your body. If you attune to that connection between these crystalline waters and your human body, there's a very gentle cleansing that's invited here. And then allow these waters to wash away any of that, we'll say, interdimensional density, right? Just like the soot, just let it wash it away. And then restabilizing into this new normal, this feeling inside of your physical body where there's more beautiful energy, more available energy, more clarity. Noticing that. Very good. And the intelligence of this space today is giving you a lot of, like, it's like a little taster of a couple of different things. And so what's coming in next is the diamond light frequency. Okay, so you can stay kind of anchored with your feet in the soil, also recognizing that, like, there is this energy connection down and into the soil. And you can keep your eyes closed with this, by the way, so that you can feel and sense that way into these other realms. It's like we see some things better with our eyes closed, right? So my eyes are closed right now. So, staying connected into the earth and then allowing like this central channel of your body to extend, your energy body to extend down and in to the diamond light heart of Sophia Gaia. We're finding the heart of this Mother Earth planet and allowing yourself to kind of be attracted to it like a magnet, as if this central channel of you, your light, is connecting in and finding this like a magnet, like a little honing beacon, and then you zoom into that frequency and then open up that central channel. So it's not like a thread, it's like a whole channel space of energy that your body could like fit inside of. It's as wide as your body, at least as wide as your hips, if not wider. So we open that the whole way down and through with intention, not with force, with intention. I intend for this extension of the central channel to meet up with this diamond light energy. And I intend for my connection with that to be open and receptive. So now, so allowing that connection to be felt, to be real, and beginning as you feel it, to allow this diamond light warmth and frequency up and through your central channel, back through the soles of your feet and into your body, and then circulating the energy through your energy space. Okay, don't like let it float away, like circulate it through you. So I can feel that some people still haven't like felt it yet, so we're going to work at that connection. I invite you to just let go of struggle. Yeah. Let go of tension that keeps you connected to struggle or feeling like you can't receive the goodness. And welcoming the just warmth and care of these inner earth energetics that are so beautiful and so helpful, and welcoming that to soften any resistance that might be in the field. Here we go. And now allowing that diamond light energy to come up and through. Let it build in the space around your body. You could call that your aura. You can envision it like an egg that goes 3 feet above your head, a foot below your feet, and this the space, your energy field, your aura, circulate that diamond light frequency through. Keyword circulate. Breathing it through your body, through your cells. You can feel that it naturally clears and cleanses, but it also naturally elevates and amplifies. There's a warmth that kind of feels warm and tingly. Beautiful. So this has been a longer sovereignty meditation. We usually go 30 minutes and we've gone about 40 so far. So we're going to begin to wrap up. So just tuning into that central channel. We've built up quite a lot of robustness in an energy field in these 20, 25 minutes or so. So let's just give gratitude to this, this template, this space of unity, of reorganization toward that which is God and our place in connection with that. Our place is in connection with that, right? And we're realizing that, remembering, reconnecting, inviting this fortification. Again, throughout all dimensions, all lifetimes, all levels of reality and existence, and throughout the grid that stabilizes our lives, this energy grid. And so you can leave that all in place, leave it all running. And as we begin to, well, there's a little bit more acknowledgement that wants to happen actually. So let's give gratitude to that source frequency, the central channel, the warmth, the light, to our own heart and our willingness to be here today and this connection to receive. Giving gratitude to these grounding cords, to these earth frequencies, to this regenerative soil that our feet are in, to this crystalline water throughout the body of our planet, the medicine that it has in it. And then giving deep gratitude to this diamond light heart pulsating more life throughout us and throughout our planetary earth body, light body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So as we begin to open our eyes here, I want you to bring all of this forward. So as you begin to look around the room and, you see your front door, you see your cat, you see your plants, you're like, oh, this energy architecture exists in me even when I'm in this mundane world and also in everything around me. And so that is a beautiful sacred remembrance in and of itself. So giving gratitude to those who have gathered together for this meditation, for this experience, again, across space and time. And an invitation to anyone who is loving this kind of discovery that in Heartland, we will be journeying for a full 8 months, meeting twice a month. We'll be journeying into these earth energetics and reestablishing our connection with the sacred sovereign earth grids and rehabilitating the creational light body architecture and and healing layers of depletion of the feminine, and really calling forward a very new possibility of a template within which we can exist, within which we can call Earth, and really bringing us forward into a much different, like 4D, 5D reality around feminine replenishment, regeneration, and the beauty of the Heartland. So if you feel a connection to that, you can learn more at sarahpoet.com/Heartland. And we begin in mid-September. So much love and blessings to you. And yeah, feel free to just circulate this energy at any time today that you like. Remember, take 5 minutes 3 more times today, and just circulate this energy, and intend that, like, as you drink the water, you're replenishing this crystalline water within you, within your earth body, etc. So you can kind of keep it alive, if you will, and come back and watch as many times as you wish. So much love. So good to be here with you, and I'll see you soon. I look forward to traveling with some of you in the Heartland.